Parents like to say every child is a part of them. In our house, I was but a splinter under the skin. Mom and Dad were a blended couple. They could not bring themselves to truly punish my stepbrother and stepsister, so they had me and turned me into their cautionary example. When my brother came last in his class, Dad locked me in a dog crate under the blazing sun to teach him what happened to people who refused to study. When my sister started dating too young, Mom drugged me and dumped me in a homeless encampment to show her what could happen if she was not careful. Then one day, Dad found a takeout receipt in the trash. He forced poisoned food into my mouth and made me swallow. Today, I am going to teach you all a real lesson. This is what happens when you eat whatever you want behind our backs. Even as I coughed blood and writhed on the floor, Dad threw me into the punishment room. My brother and sister rushed to confess and begged Mom to let me out. But Mom only said coldly, "You two will learn this lesson properly today. When you have learned it, I will let him out." I sat on the floor as blood soaked through my shirt. As my consciousness faded, I finally understood. "Dad, your last cautionary lesson had to be taught with my life." Megan tugged Dad's sleeve. "Dad, please let Zach out. He's coughing blood." Dad brushed her off. "No, this is for your own good. You need to see the consequences to understand." Andrew staggered up, eyes bloodshot. "Dad, I ordered the takeout. It has nothing to do with Zach. Punish me instead. I'll never order food behind your back again. Please, let him out." Dad's lips curved into a smug smile. "Now you admit it? When I showed you that receipt earlier, why stay silent? Andrew Reed, you lied to me. How can I trust a single word out of your mouth now?" Andrew went pale. I slumped in the corner, my stomach churning violently, breathing the taste of rust. Pushing onto my tiptoes, I pressed my face against the door's tiny glass pane. "Dad, Zach hurts so much. Can you let me out?" Dad's expression darkened. "Why are you so fragile? If you can't handle a little hardship, how will you ever become a man? Bear it. When your siblings learn their lesson, you'll come out." My eyes burned, but I choked back the tears. Dad always said tears were weakness, and weak people didn't deserve love. Forcing a smile, I nodded. "Okay, I'll listen, Dad." Andrew dropped to his knees. "Dad, I'm begging you. Let Zach out. He's too young. His body can't take this." Dad's anger exploded, chest heaving. "Andrew Reed, a man doesn't throw his pride away and beg. Did my teachings go in one ear and out the other? I'm not opening that door today. Begging won't work. Stay out here until morning for all I care." Andrew's face drained of color. A sudden pressure choked my chest. A mouthful of blood erupted from my lips, splattering across the small window. Megan shrieked. Dad stiffened, taking a half step closer before snorting coldly. "Stop acting pitiful. Are you throwing a tantrum for attention just because you don't want your siblings to improve? This is your purpose. I had you to serve as a warning to them. The more you fake this, the longer you stay inside." Megan froze, wiped her face, and sprinted toward the front door. "Zach, don't be scared. I'm going to get help." Megan vanished down the hall. Mom chased her for 2 steps, face flushing red. "Fine. Perfect. Every single one of you thinks you can rebel now." Andrew rushed back to the door, hope flaring. "Zach, hold on. You're going to be saved soon." The pain in my chest eased slightly at his words. Minutes later, urgent footsteps echoed. Megan burst back in, Mom trailing behind. Mom scanned the room. "What is going on?" Dad lit a cigarette, inhaling slowly with a cold chuckle. "What else? These 2 perfect children secretly ordered takeout and refused to admit it." He walked over to Mom, chin lifted in smug triumph. "This time, I'm teaching them a real lesson. No more soft handling." Mom frowned, peering through the glass at me. "What did you give Zach?" "Rodenticide," Dad replied flatly. Mom's eyes widened. "How could you give a child poison?" Dad laughed out loud, waving his hand dismissively. "I'm not stupid. The box expired over a year ago.